Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be focusing on two early hard mode range weapons, which will be the Uzi and the Megashark. These two weapons are quite similar, being as that they're both sort of early hard mode guns that you can get that both kind of fire fast and they have like the same fire speed and damage, etc. So we'll just be, in this video we'll be going over what makes them unique, like their attributes, what they do better than each other, what similarities they have, as well as how to acquire them. And then at the end we'll do sort of like a head-to-head boss rush with the pre-planned Terra bosses, just to see how they like stack up against each other. And finally, after we've gathered like enough information from the trials that we're going to do and the other information that we have, we'll give like a final verdict on the two weapons, just to try to determine which one would be the best if you were going to do a playthrough and you needed an early hard mode bullet weapon. So without further ado, let's just get into it, and I think we'll be starting with the Uzi first. Alright, so starting out with the Uzi can be acquired from angry trappers, which can be found in the jungle, the underground jungle, the surface or the underground. And the only prerequisite for the angry trappers is that you must be in hard mode for them to appear. So once you get into hard mode, the angry trappers will be in the jungle, in the underground jungle, and you can kill them. They have a 1% drop rate for the Uzi though. I've only managed to get the Uzi to drop like 3 times, and I have about $800 into the game, so just to give you some perspective of like how rare of a drop it is. But if you are fortunate enough to get it from the angry trappers, then you'll have a pretty good bullet weapon, assuming that you're starting hard mode with it at least. Okay, so looking at the stats of the Uzi, it has base damage of 30, 4% crit chance, very fast speed, so very fast firing speed. It has a weak knockback, and finally it shoots a powerful high velocity bullet. So just to demonstrate this, we're using crystal bullets at the moment, and this is how the Uzi fires crystal bullets. Just taking note of the firing speed and everything else. Now the thing I want to note here is the last point on this little list here: shoots a powerful high velocity bullet. So if you don't know by now, there is a bullet type called high velocity bullet, and you have access to these after you can craft them after you defeat one of the mech bosses. And what high velocity bullets do, first off, they visually change the bullets. Like, it's a different type of bullet. It looks like it's going really fast. It looks like one long streak instead of like the individual tiny bullet streaks that you're not used to. It's like a long fast streak. And it also has the ability to pierce enemies, high velocity bullets I should say. So as you can see, we're able to pierce these dummies, and high velocity bullets are able to pierce up to 3 dummies. And when you do that, when you pierce an enemy like this with high velocity bullets, the first enemy takes normal damage, the second enemy takes 15% less damage that the first enemy took, and then the third enemy will take even 15% less damage than what the second enemy took. So that's what high velocity bullets do. An interesting thing to note with the Uzi is that if you use the Uzi with either musket balls, silver bullets, tungsten bullets, or an endless musket pouch, you'll achieve the same sort of velocity bullet. The only thing is that you're not going to have the damage. So velocity bullets, you do 11 base damage, you're only going to get you're still going to get the same base damage of the bullet that you're using, either the musket, silver, or tungsten, or an endless musket ball. So you're not going to get the extra damage, but you're going to get that little 3 enemy piercing effect at least. So that's something cool with the Uzi, that you can have velocity bullets when you're using just like regular musket and silver bullets. Okay, now on to the Megashark. So the Megashark can be acquired through crafting, which you'll craft a mini shark, illegal gun parts, 5 shark fin, and 20 souls of might. And the crafting station would either have to be a mithril anvil or a calcum anvil. Now the stats for the Megashark: it has 25 range damage, so base damage of 25, 4% crit chance, insanely fast speed, extremely weak knockback, and a 50% chance to not consume ammo. So every time we shoot, there's a 50% chance that the shots that we're shooting won't be consumed. And as you can see, probably while we've been shooting, there's been a couple of times where we've kept the ammo, so it does have a little chance to reserve some ammo with the little attribute it has there. That attribute also like further works with like ammo boxes, fossil armor, shroomite armor, any other like armor bonuses that give you a chance to not consume ammo. It'll be multiplied with the Megashark as well, so you can have a pretty nice chance to not consume ammo upon shooting. Alright, so that about does it for the attributes for the Megashark. So now that we've gone over both the Uzi and the Megashark, we can go ahead and start comparing them. So the Uzi does have 30 base damage, while the Megashark does have 25, so the Uzi wins out a little bit on base damage. However, the Uzi only has a very fast firing speed, while the Megashark has insanely fast firing speed. So just to demonstrate that one more time, this is how the Uzi would fire, and this is how the Megashark would fire. You can see the Megashark is shooting a lot faster. So if you think about it, the little damage drop off, even though the Uzi is doing more damage per shot, the Megashark is able to get more shots out before the Uzi can, so that might kind of even out the DPS between them. Another thing to note is that the Uzi has weak knockback, while the Megashark has extremely weak knockback. So what that means is that, according to the wiki at least, the Uzi does about 22% more knockback than the Megashark. So that means that maybe the Uzi might be a little bit better for like crowd control and knocking like mobs away, because you're not really going to be knocking bosses, but for like crowd control and killing mobs, the Uzi might be a bit better with its with the knockback that it has, and not extremely weak knockback like the Megashark does. Again, the Uzi also has the high velocity bullets, and one thing to note, so when you use it, like I stated earlier, when you're using regular musket balls or silver/tungsten bullets, you're able to get the high velocity bullets with the Uzi, which will further make it better for mobbing, since if you're just trying to keep it cheap with just regular bullets, you could use high velocity bullets. And not high velocity, you can use musket balls or silver and tungsten. And you also have the option to use the endless musket pouch, which would cost no ammo at all, which kind of nullifies the advantage that the Megashark has with its 50% chance to not consume ammo, because if you use the musket pouch with the Uzi, you'll still get the high velocity bullets, but you won't use ammo at all. So if you are using, if you are trying to like do mobbing, then the Uzi might be a little bit better at mobbing for that reason, with the high velocity bullets and this musket pouch as well. It is interesting to note that the Uzi kind of has an accuracy problem that the Megashark doesn't really have. So to demonstrate this, I'm gonna like stay here on the broomstick and shoot at this dummy. Let me get rid of the high velocity actually to demonstrate this a little bit better. So as you can see, the Uzi is kind of firing all over the place. Some shots are, most of the shots are hitting the dummy, but as you can see, some of them are going over the dummy, some of them are kind of going underneath the dummy, so a couple shots are missing, which kind of ruins the DPS a bit if you have shots missing like that. The Megashark, on the other hand, doesn't have this problem. It's a lot more accurate than the Uzi, so it doesn't have as much as an issue with missing shots. So that's another thing to note about the differences between the Megashark and the Uzi. So one last key difference to note between the Uzi and Megashark is availability. So for the Uzi, you have the chance, you can fight the angry trappers in the jungle, in underground jungle, as soon as you get the hard mode. Granted, it is a 1% chance to get the Uzi to drop, but you can still fight them and get that before you have to actually progress with bosses in hard mode. The Megashark, on the other hand, you have to fight Destroyer to get the Souls of Might. So depending on how you look at it, the Uzi might be the one that's easier to obtain, but most likely it'll be the Megashark. But yeah, that's just something else to note, that technically the Uzi is available earlier than the Megashark once you get in the hard mode. Okay, so with that out the way regarding the Megashark and the Uzi, looking at their attributes, we can now focus on doing our little head-to-head boss rush between the two weapons. So this is going to be the loadout that we're using for the fight. If my armor looks familiar, it's the exact same armor that I used in my dart rifle video, so I recommend you check that video out after this one if you haven't already seen it. But we ran with the dart rifle to see how it stacks up against the master mode bosses, so definitely check it out after this one if you haven't seen it yet. This is my favorite setup to do for before you get Shroomite armor in hard mode, because it gives you a lot of crit damage. This probably isn't like min-max. You can probably like squeeze out more crit damage with different armor sets or whatever, but I'm okay with this one. You know, we just like throw together whatever we can get as soon as we start hard mode, so that's why I like this one. Max, it gives us a lot of crit damage, and my accessories are all accessories that you can get as soon as you get into hard mode, so I don't think for any of these accessories that I'm wearing you have to really kill any bosses. These are just like accessories that you can get once you enter hard mode, no bosses required. And just to go over it, we're using the adamantite mask, frost breastplate, mithril greaves, ranger emblem, amphibian boots, frog gear, frozen wings, brain of confusion. This one should be reforged to lucky, but I guess I never did. Shield of Cthulhu, and the Starveil. And all of them except the Brain of Confusion, they've been reforged to lucky, which will give us even more crit damage. As you can see, we have a pretty high crit damage in our weapons. And yeah, I only used the regular Uzi and Megashark for the purposes of the demonstration, without any like weird DPS ups or speed ups for the weapons. So we're going to be using the Unreal version of the Megashark and the Uzi, because that's the best modifier you can get with these guns. These are the consumables that I'll be using. And then the ammo I'll be using crystal bullets for every boss except the destroyer, because I find that exploding bullets work a little bit better for the destroyer. They can hit like all the segments a little bit better. So we're gonna be using, as you can see, like when you hit one part, you can kind of hit the surrounding parts as well. So we're going to be using explosive bullets just for the destroyer, since I think they're a little bit effective. I'm not sure if they are, but they feel a little bit better to me than using crystal bullets. Alright, so just to go over it, we're going to be getting ready to fight the bosses now. So the bosses that I plan to fight in this video is just going to be the mech bosses, along with Queen Slime. And yes, I am on journey mode because I got tired of the... I got tired of invasions and solar eclipses whenever I was trying to make a video, so we are in journey mode with the time frozen so that we don't get invaded. But the difficulty will be on master mode like it always is for my videos. So we'll be doing this straight on master mode. As you can see, we're on master mode at the max setting. So yeah, we're gonna be doing mech bosses plus Queen Slime. So without further ado, let's just get right into the boss fights. so what's our final verdict? Well, with what we've just seen, I think we can conclude that the Megashark does definitely edge out over the Uzi with regards to boss battles. Most of the bosses that we fought today, for the Megashark, we would finish like 10, 15 seconds earlier than the Uzi, which was really surprising how much of a time variance there was. But yeah, we did manage to do a little bit better with the Megashark and the Uzi. It was still pretty close, but for a lot of the bosses, a couple of the bosses at least, the Megashark really just like overtook the Uzi. I will note that on some bosses like the Destroyer and Queen Slime, it was a little bit harder with the Uzi because you have to kind of shoot the ads that show up. And with the Uzi, it's a little bit more inaccurate, so trying to shoot those enemies from far away while you're moving, and the weapon's also inaccurate, it kind of made it take a little bit longer than it should have when compared with the Megashark. But overall, I'll say that the Megashark is definitely the winner between the two weapons, and it's probably the weapon that you would want to go with if you were doing your playthrough, because I think it's easier to collect at least than having the 1% chance with the Uzi. And it is stronger due to the fire rate, and it has a neat little effect with the ammo. The Uzi is pretty good for, I would say it's a little bit better for crowd control if you're fighting regular mobs, and then you have the cool high velocity effect, which the Megashark is not able to do that unless you're using high velocity bullets. But in the end, I'll definitely give it out to the Megashark. It's the one that's victorious in this instance. I hope I was able to help you make the decision on whether or not you'd rather use the Megashark or the Uzi for your playthrough. If I was able to help you with that, then please make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know your feedback, and let me know if there are any other weapons that you'd like me to do a similar little head-to-head to. I might be able to check it out, and we can make a video about it. Well, I guess I'll make a video about it. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow me over on Twitch. I'll leave my Twitch link in the description. I stream Terraria and Isaac and other roguelikes at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 PM Eastern for a couple of hours. And then I also sometimes stream at night as well. But definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 PM Eastern, I'll be live with some games. So make sure you come by and check me out if you're enjoying the videos and you want to see what I'm doing when I'm not making videos. But other than that, thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Stay tuned, because I do have some more Terraria content on the way.